Morning everyone. Right, what I've got here is a collection of things that I've been doing, creating or gathering together for this for this project I'm going to be doing. Now, last night I showed you this, which was the spyglass that I'd made. So we've got that. I also showed you the wands, and I'm going to be making some more of those. Now, we picked these up at the car boot, if you remember. And Ray's, I've marked it off for him. He's going to cut that for me. And I'm going to make that into the cauldron. That's about the right size that I need. So really, this is tips and tricks that you can do to make miniatures. That wasn't quite big enough. That's just slightly bigger. And I wanted it cut there. So he's going to do that for me. I don't know. I'm going to make that into a bucket that will house the wands. Okay, so that's going to be that. I do have a birdcage excuse me, that I might just sit on the desk. It can either sit on the desk or it can hang, either way. So I've got that miniature and I need to put a bird in there. I've got this, which is just a piece of card with a that was out of, do you remember the magic book, the mythical book that I bought from Scarborough when I went with Julie? And there were lots of little different things. I'm going to show you those in a minute, but I cut that out, and it's like an envelope. Turn the corner up. That can lay on the desk, like that. The books I haven't finished, but these are the ones I started to make yesterday, which are going to be used in the project. These are almost done. I've just got to edge them. And these are bead caps. You just use bead caps to put on the binders, and they all want colouring, but the whole book wants colouring. And then do you remember these that I used on the book, the cabinet that I made, the book cabinet? Well, I had some more of these. They're not quite in place, but they'll all be sorted out. And there's some closed books that can go on the shelf or the table. There's another one. The two I made, if you remember, I just cut them to make two. It's just a way of doing them. Look, and they look really old, so when they're coloured, they're going to look fantastic. And then I collected some bits and pieces that I had. Now, in the book cover that I got from Scarborough were these. Do you remember that was in the middle? It was in the Zodiac. So I thought, well, that's going to be fantastic for what I need. These are some coloured bling, so I kept those as well. Then last night I sat and made some more envelopes, just made out of card, just plain card. That can actually come out. So it looks like, and I've written. And I have actually written on that. Dear Jim. I'd like to thank you for the spell book. I've had fun using it. So that's just in there like that. Okay, so it can be used. Just a little bit of glue on there. I've got to paint this red jet so make it look like a proper seal. And I'm going to age this up a little bit more as well. Again, some closed envelopes, different sizes, like that. So they're just miniatures that can be used and put on somewhere. But I can't really say what I'm doing until you see it. Okay? I've made one scroll, which I've got to finish it, because I need to make it tatty, if you know what I mean. So I've got that. Now, these are what I'm using for the scrolls. Do you remember they're like the, not that. Oh, there's another one. Sorry, a rolled up scroll. There's another one. And they're the bars that you put through your bracelets. So that's what they are. And you just snip this off. And then you roll the paper on, glue the paper on and roll it. But you need two identical. Well, you don't always need two, because I've used one for that one. See, it's a miniature scroll. They're not coloured yet. I'm going to colour all of these later. I'm just making up what I can. And then I'm going to colour them. So then it was just a matter of, I needed some bottles. Again, they're not coloured. They're all made up, and then they're going to be coloured to what I need. So there's another miniature bottle. Do you remember this was an earring? So I took the top off, the top pearl, put the crystal on, and then stuck 2 of the rings together. I think Darling sent, and I can't remember. Sorry if I get it wrong, but I'm sure Darling sent me a box of things. But look. So that's fab. Some more that are going to be coloured up. Now this, I like this one. It's just one of the glass beads. It's a crystal. It does stand up on its own. But this was a torch charm. Somebody had sent me a torch charm. So what I've done is I've stuck it on to make it look like a potion bottle. So lots of little tips and tricks for you to do. Again, do you remember the Indian jewel that goes between the eyes on the forehead? Again, like I said, ignore the colours. They're all going to be coloured up later. But this is what I made. I made these jars, like potion bottles. Some I've left this was the bead from my 50th birthday necklace that I wore. And I do use them now and again. But hat pin, crystal, the bead cap, and then the Indian jewel. And I made 3 of those last night. They'll all stand on a dresser or whatever I'm going to do with them. So that's those. And they are quite pretty. I've had this for years, and it is a proper crystal. It's aquamarine. Nice chunk of aquamarine in a silver thing, but I've just kept it, and I thought one day it'll get used. And it's the ideal thing to use on the project I'm going to do now. So that is actually genuine silver with a genuine stone, and this is going to be gifted to somebody, this one, when I make it. Here's another birdcage that I've got, that I've saved. I could have given it out. Some of the stones are missing, not bothered about that. But I thought that on the deck, with either a captured fairy in it at the moment, it has actually got a captured bird. But I might keep the bird in or put a captured fairy in it. I'm not sure. But I like that. And then just collecting bits and pieces, more beads in case I want to do some. Oh, there's some more, look. Because this is going to have a lot of potion bottles in. So remember, they all need colouring. But they're all made up ready. So I've made tiny ones. Like that. And that one. They're just fabulous to do. I love making miniatures, and they're quite therapeutic. And anybody who says they can't do it, sorry, no, don't believe you. Anybody can stick a bead together, anyone. And I've shown you how to do them. I mean, they're basically just beads stuck together. That's all they are. The flat spacer, the little brass bead, the crystal, and the hat pin goes in the top. Now, I didn't have to use that. I could have used a stick pin, any size, and they could have gone in the top, just to hold it all together, and you just glue it. So anyone can make these miniatures. And I'm telling you now, I've said it before, time and time again, the one and only Grand Pam, she had never made a miniature until I did a challenge a while back. And she's one of the best miniature makers that I've ever seen. So it's the one and only Grand, that's Pam. She's a fantastic lady. And go and see the one she made for the competition, but then look at the ones she's done since. And that was the first time she'd made a miniature. And now she's very, very, well, she's an experienced miniature maker. And I have to say, she's a fantastic one at that. So go and have a look at her. This actually came off a Bible. It was a front off a Bible that was falling apart. Metal. But I didn't want to waste it. And I think it's somebody's initials. Well, yeah, SH, and it's got the... I know where the Bible came from, and I don't know if anybody's aware of Burton's biscuits. Here in the UK we will. Well, the Bible actually belonged to the old Mrs. Burton, and these must have been her initials, because it's a cross with SH, or HS, whichever way it is. And that was her Bible, and it actually came from that. But I won't throw it out, it's going to be recycled. And I got that because it was given to me by somebody who looked after her. Now, got some door knockers, which hopefully I'm going to use on the cabinet front. to pull the cabinet doors open. Again, I've taken a selection of bead caps. They're just deep. Some are plastic, some are metal. Ready for more, you know, to make more bottles with, because I need a lot of bottles in this particular project. I've also got a miniature bird cage, which that I'm going to take off and just have that hanging somewhere in the room. So it's a room I'm doing. Then I decided, oh, there's lots of other bits and pieces, like these beads and... Oh, this one, look. That's what holds... this would be the fastener, and this would be where the necklace started. But it's just like a cone. So I'm going to use that. I've got 2 or 3 of those in the projects, and you'll see what they're going to be made into. Don't waste anything. Never do. Excuse me. Some dangly chain. Might need it, might not, but it's just something that I can age and use in the project. I've taken out. I've got a clock. So I've got a couple of those because I'm going to need a clock. Now I've taken out a selection of keys that I have. Again, forget the colour. You know, they're going to be done up for various things. And I've taken out a really good collection of keys because there's going to be a chest I'm going to make that needs a key. The unit's going to need a key. The cabinet, a little box on the table is going to need a key. So there's a lot of keys needed for this project. So I've got a nice selection of those. And some locks. You know. And it's going to be fabulous to look, a little key in a lock. And that lock will be fitted into something. Okay. I just found all these little bits and pieces. Little butterflies. Bigger butterflies. These kind of animals, charms. These are bees, I think. You know. I've just got them out in case I need them. A bird. I've got 2 or 3 birds. Some wings, and I've clipped off the thing that goes on the charm. So, because you never know what I want them for. I know. Some chain, of course. And I'm going to need lots of chains, so I've got plenty of that. These large spacers, metal spacers. But you'll see what I'm going to do with them all. Here's some more bars that I'm going to use for scrolls, because it's going to have quite a few scrolled, another one of those. Some more keys, some wings. Again, more bars. Yeah, what did I just have then? Oh, I got that. It's a little spade. But you'll see. And then, of course, a ring. And this is a tiny... Look at that ring. It's so, so tiny. With a diamond in, look. And you'll see. And it's just gathering bits and pieces up that I might need for this project. I might not need it all. But I'm going to need an awful lot. So... I've still got to go through some of my stash. I'm making an awful lot of... well, most of it will be made by hand. So that's my bits and pieces that I've got so far for my projects. And that's a good thing to do, is to get yourself a box and put things in. Go around all your stash and just see what you've got and put things in that you think you might need. You might not need it, but it doesn't matter. Then what I've got is I went through the book. The wizard book, and I started cutting things out. I've got borders, so let's have a look. I've got these that can be turned into books. You know, these that I'm going to mount for the walls. You'll see. It's going to be quite a big project. I might not use them all, of course. Well, I won't be using them all, but I'm going to take out what I need. And like this, common wizard familiaris, selection of the most unusual kind of wizardology creature. So that we'll get. You'll just see. I can't tell you what I'm going to do. things I can cut up, bits and pieces, you know, to put onto books. Like I thought these would be ideal to age and cut that and put it on the books as a front cover. And there's going to be a lot of things. I cut all sorts out. I'm going to do one with this in a frame. This is the Old Master Wizard, and he's going to hang on the wall. Okay. I've got to make the frame to go with that. Would you believe? I'm going to do that. There'll be a lot of clay things in it as well. And I just cut everything out that might be of use to either add to something, a book or something. Here's another one. So I might do fussy cut that out, grandfather, father, and do something like that. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I've also cut that out as well. So just wait and see. There's a lot of things going into this book. Into this project. And, yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to take time. But it's going out as a gift. Okay, so there you go. Lots of things to do. Lots of things to collect. And I can't wait to get going with it. Well, I am. Already started. But watch out. It's going to be fun. And I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye for now.